Hi, I'm Jack Barker.
And I'm Nigel Barker.
This is Rocky the Cusban rock iguana, and this is our Custom Cages Enclosure.
Today's the day, and we've all woken up rather early and excited, especially Jack, as he knows that Rocky is moving in to his new custom cage. Ted from Custom Cages called us last night. He flew into Albany, and he has come all the way last night from Seattle, where he was at the Olympic Peninsula, of all places, and today he's going to be upstate New York building a custom cage for us. He's told us it's going to take around 6-7 hours. He's going to be here at about 9 a.m. I'm going to film it so you can see exactly what happens, and Rocky's going to have a new home in just a few hours. I'm Nigel Barker, and
I'm Jack.
This is Jack, and this is Rocky, aka Rockstar. And we got Rocky about, how long ago did we get Rocky, Jack?
I got Rocky in 5th grade, so about 3 years ago.
And as you can see, he has grown quite large, and he is quite active right now. And one of the great things about Rocky that you're noticing right now is that because he's become quite active, we needed to get this big cage. And to be honest with you, you're seeing his personality that's come out in him in large part because of this big cage. I personally have seen him come out of himself because he's got so much space. He's really, if you like, come out of his shell. He's always had personality, but he's now sort of so much more personable. I mean, you saw him a moment ago. He saw me, kind of jumps at the side, wants to be picked up, wants to be a part of the family. Before, he was a little bit depressed in the smaller cage, the bigger enclosure. Now he's sort of in this big environment, playing with all of us, a part of the family, which is the way it should be.
So my lizard Rocky was getting a lot bigger, and his old cage in my bedroom wasn't going to work. And at no pet store, they sell aquariums big enough to hold a lizard like this. And I was looking around trying to find someone who built big cages, and Custom Cages was by far the best and kind of the only place I found. I liked how you can customize the products, and I could really find what's best for my lizard.
And I gotta say, time and time again, he came to me and he said, "Dad, I found this place, I found this place." I'm like, no, you've gotta go check, you've gotta make sure, cross your T's, dot your I's, make sure this is the place. This is, obviously it's an investment, and you've gotta make sure that it is, really the right place for Rocky. Are you sure that there's no one else out there? And he's like, time and time again, he came back, he said, "No, Dad, really, I've done all the homework. I've made sure that this is the right place for Rocky. These guys, they know what they're talking about," and he kept showing me, and every time we did any research, every time I did my own research, came back to Custom Cages.
I really liked how open the cage was and how you could see through it very well. I also liked the sliding doors, so I could almost be in the cage without having to take him out. Since he's really big now, it's kind of hard for me to hold him, so being able to interact with him when he's still in the cage is very important.
And personally, for me, some of the features that were very important to us when we were getting the cage were the fact that the cage that he had in his bedroom obviously was overflowing. Not just did we need an enclosure, but there's all the paraphernalia that comes along with having a lizard. We're talking the lights, we're talking the cleaning equipment, we're talking the water, the scrubbing, all the different pieces. Now, when you look at this particular enclosure, you don't realize, obviously, that the lights are above it. You don't realize that underneath it, you've got all the cleaning supplies and all the rest of it. It's all there, it's all in the unit. So that was really, for me, very useful. It was compact. So that I loved. So as some of you may know, I am in fact a professional photographer. And one thing you may not realize is that the picture in the back of the enclosure right now is not one of my pieces. However, you can in fact customize the picture in the back, which is what I will be doing with one of my pieces of artwork. So very soon, I'll be picking one of my favorite pictures and putting it in the back. So stay tuned for an even better picture, in my opinion.
With the larger enclosure, it's a lot easier to regulate heat since there's more space and you can make more different hot zones. For example, in this corner we have heat mats which help heat up the cage, and it's great that you can just stick them straight on the cage and it heats up the whole area.
Yeah, I think initially we had to learn how to actually figure out how to make this the perfect temperature for him. But we do, in fact, as Jack said, put heat mats underneath here. We have 2 heat mats here, and we have several heat mats on the back here too. So this entire area is heated, including on top. So this is like this hot zone back up here, and then on the back here it cools off where we have his food and we have his water, but yet it's sort of nice and warm up here. And we have several thermometers so we can test the temperature at all times, and we come down and we see what the temperature is multiple times a day.
Thank you, Custom Cages, for the new enclosure. Rocky really loves it, and now he's really truly part of the family.
And quite frankly, he has completely changed as an animal. He has become so much more a part of the family, as Jack said. As you can see, look at him. He is so personable. He used to be almost a little depressed before, and now he is just full of beans. And everybody comes and admires him. They admire the entire enclosure. They admire him, his personality. We couldn't be more happy, we couldn't be more delighted, and we couldn't have done it without you, Custom Cages. Thank you so much.